says, okay. How
Good job, it
bizarre.
checked.
Oh, well, look at that. Hello, those people that are joining us on YouTube. There appeared to have been a problem with the stream. So my apologies that you've missed the introduction.
Yeah, it was a very good one as well.
It was quite an exciting one. But the team is just arriving into Harnessand, and I just gave them a little bit of a description of the city. So very quick summary for those of you on YouTube, because I feel very guilty. I don't quite know why it wasn't working, because it was telling me it was live, but for some reason wasn't streaming to you guys. So Harnessand is the first city in Sweden to get electric lights, powered by a hydroelectric generator. So the players have just arrived in the city, and they've got electric streetlights, which is the first time any of them have seen it. I seem to be getting feedback through you, Julian.
I'm not sure if it's me.
It is you, definitely you.
Can people hear me?
We actually have Amy in the room.
Hi,
Yes,
Anna.
Amy. Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello. Is it my feedback?
No, I do think it was Julian's. So yes, okay. People. Oh well, as you're here, I was just having to do a recap because for some reason things weren't working properly for YouTube. So YouTube missed the intro. So you guys, you're just pulling into Harnessand. I'll do Harnessand entrance again. So you're arriving into Harnessand, and as the carriage comes over the crest of a snow-dusted ridge, the town of Harnessand spreads out below like a diorama painted in frost and amber. Cradled between pine-covered hills and the steely waters of the Gulf of Bothnia, the city appears serene at first glance. But then you see it, something slightly unusual. Light. From the harbour to the high street, a faint golden glow pulses from curious orbs atop of iron posts. These are electric lamps, not gas nor oil, and they cast a steady, unnatural brilliance onto the cobbled streets and the clapboard walls. Harnessand is the first city in Sweden to install electric street lighting, powered by the nearby Gadea hydropower station. It is a marvel, but also an omen. For many, it feels as though someone has torn a strip of the future and laid it still flickering across the snow. The harbour is lively, if smaller than Stockholm's. Stacked timber, barrels and tarpaulin-covered crates line the docks. A mix of steamships and the last proud sailing vessels sit moored side by side. The old world, watching the new, slides silently in. Faint smoke rises from the chimney stacks, curling skyward into the pale afternoon. The town itself is orderly and well-kept. Wooden houses in ochre, rust red and white, their shutters shut tight against the wind. Overhead, a few telegraph wires hum faintly, strung between poles like taut strings on an invisible instrument. You see a shopkeeper clearing snow from his awning beneath a softly buzzing globe of white light, and you glimpse children playing in the slush, wrapped in knitted scarves and oilskin boots, their laughter echoing faintly over the quiet hum of progress. Harnessand itself is not at all large, but it feels watchful, as though it knows it is being watched. As you drive into the city, you see the Harnessand Cathedral in front of you. Near the centre of town, it looms quietly, its whitewashed facade catching the last gold of daylight. Built in 1846, it is modest by European standards, yet dignified. Its square tower rises 3 stories, capped with a copper spire, now streaked green with weather. The design is neoclassical with minimal ornamentation and a pleasing symmetry. The wide wooden doors are flanked by Corinthian columns, and above them a simple carved arch hints at devotion without ostentation. A single electric lamp, newly installed, hangs from a wrought iron bracket over the threshold, clearly gifted by some benefactor, you imagine, to honour the city's march into the electric age. It casts an unwavering glow over the steps below. It's the only light visible on the street and feels wrong. The sacred and the scientific side by side. And I'm going to show that same picture again because those people that have just joined us will not have seen it. And it's always nice to have something relatable. So that is Härnösand Cathedral as it looks today. Very pretty and white. So obviously you've been summoned here by von Meyer, and his sawmill is located kind of where the river meets the Bothnian Sea. And you can see near the sawmill there are several cargo ships being loaded with timber. And you can see the logs floating down the river towards the sawmill as well. And as you get closer, you can hear the loud roar of the steam engines that power this modern marvel of a sawmill. So, after that rather lengthy intro, over to you all.
Well, I guess we should
I mean, fabulous.
find this August guy.
Hmm.
Was it August D. Meyer or August von Meyer?
Von Meyer.
August von Meyer. Yeah.
I would also like to use my talent of figuring out if there's somebody in this town that I would know. It doesn't necessarily have to be a priest, but
Roll the dice.
I am rolling them. 2, yeah. It doesn't have to be a priest, right? There's
well, seeing the cathedral, you remember that Bishop Johansson has fairly recently been given the position of Bishop of Härnösand.
Ooh.
So you don't just know not just any old person, but somebody of great importance within the church. So Bishop Martin Johansson.
Martin Johansson. All right. Cool. I think we should go see August first, but that's cool that we know somebody here. I tell the team that we know somebody here.
Whoop, whoop.
Anna rolls her eyes. You always know someone.
No, Julian was literally about to say that. They both roll their eyes. It'd be funny if they're standing next to each other when they do it.
Or sitting in the garage.
Yeah. Simultaneous eye rolling. Oh.
That's first of all, that's my job. Second of all, I don't want to take the quote from last week, but put your eye rolling away for a minute.
We'll put our eyebrows away.
Put those eyeballs
Roll the
away.
dice, not the eyes. Just like that.
Where did August
What did August say?
Hmm?
I'm not liking how in sync May and Julian are right now.
Right.
Scary,
So,
yeah. It's scary.
Anna probably knows half the harbour. I say,
What was that?
Sebastian.
Burn.
Anna probably knows half the harbour.
Scorched.
So say it, Sebastian.
Who's throwing shade at Anna? 'Cause I can't see the chat.
Sebastian is.
Gave you a good scorch right there.
Okay.
Anyway, where is this August fella? Did you say in his letter where he is?
Yeah, he's up at the sawmill.
He'll be at the mill.
Oh. Anna, who's never seen a mill, is like, where do we go?
So you're gonna head up to the mill, yeah?
Yeah, why not?
Follow the logs backwards, as it were.
Ah.
Well, I mean, why the devil not? Do I have? I can't remember which.
Also, what time is it as we arrive at Fernstra? Fernstra.
No, you're at Härnösand.
Oh.
This isn't
Okay,
this isn't Farnstra. You're actually at Härnösand. So
All right, Farnstar was the little town with the other bit, the problem town.
That is your final destination, but he's meeting you at Harnesand. Yeah.
Okay. What time is it when we roll up into Harnostrand?
Harnesand is...
Sometimes, Leaf, I think you're doing it on purpose.
Sometimes I am doing it on purpose. You got that right. Yeah, sometimes I do it on purpose. Yeah. Harnostrand. What time is it of day when we arrive there?
It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Perfect. Thank you.
And what's the date? Sorry.
It is Monday, 3rd of March.
Thank you.
Oh, I haven't. Let me share the annals.
Please.
There we go. I can't wait.
So yeah, are we on foot, or can we go in the carriage to the mill?
The carriage will take you right the way there.
Great, fabulous. We go.
So it's I know Henrik just said it's the 3rd, but it absolutely isn't. It's it's the 7th.
7th.
Okay.
Because it's taking you 3 days to get there. 3 days of travel.
Yes, no, so true. Monday, 7th of March.
So yeah, you pull in there.
So it's Friday.
Is that Friday, the 7th of March? Yeah. Okay. So as you pull into the yard of the mill, you see a very smartly dressed and somewhat elegant man come to meet you, looking like this.
That's quite a moustache.
It is quite.
I was literally about to ask, does he have a moustache?
Yes, he has a moustache.
He's got two moustaches.
And how?
And how? He has quite a big buxom moustache. And an open neck shirt, which he is still trying to wear a bow tie with. So yes.
Just before we get into it, does he look familiar to me? For instance, from my dream?
No.
Okay.
No. So welcome. Oh, so glad that you are able to make it. Tell me, I hope you had a pleasant journey.
That's definitely a mustache voice.
I think we all say.
Yeah. And it's going to take a half step away from Julian and be like, we've been spending too much time together, mate.
Yeah, Julian sort of side-eyes her a little bit and it's like, stop that.
Well, would you like to have something to eat, and maybe we can sit down and discuss what's been going on?
That would
Food sounds great.
Yes.
Fabulous.
That sounds fabulous, Mr. Von Meyer.
Please follow me. And he leads you round the side of the mill and into an adjoining building, and it's clearly his office. It's very well appointed, very elegant, very clean and precise, and he gestures to what looks like a meeting table, really, and offers you to take a seat.
Thank you. Anna looks around for the food.
He catches your vision, and he smiles and he says, "Don't worry, I've just had the cook is just bringing it through. I didn't want it to be cold for when you arrived."
Oh, hot meal, perfect.
Well, I still find, even though it's starting to warm up at this time of year, I still think a nice warm meal to finish the day is often best.
We offer a no argument from us.
I hope my letter made sense. Is there any questions that you have before I let you know what's happening next, or what I'm hoping will happen next?
Well, just before we begin, has anything else happened in the time between your letter left here and when we arrived just now?
No. There's been no real developments. Unfortunately,
Well, that's something.
Lindskold is still, how can I put it? Not at his best. I think is probably the best way of putting it.
So, could you be a bit more specific about how Niels has been doing since? So, how long did Niels come back from Fundstra?
He's been back about a week.
And how is? Can you be a bit more? This is Dr. Julian Summerby, a doctor. If you can give any more detailed information, or if we could see him.
I'll always help if I can, but tell us first, and we can see him when it's appropriate.
Well, if you are a doctor, you're very welcome to go and take a look. But I am no professional, but I think it's fairly safe to say that the poor man has totally lost his mind.
He's not making any sense at all?
No, I'm afraid not. There is the odd bit of information, but as I say, if you wish to speak to him directly, then absolutely. Once we've had something to eat, I'll show you to his room. He's here at the sawmill.
I'll do what I can.
Most appreciated, Doctor.
So, as I understand it, you were trying to make advances with... was there another mill you were trying to build in Fernster? Or what was the reason for...
Well, they already do their own logging. They sell their wood already at Fernster. What I was hoping was just to... the idea is I really wanted just to buy the land. So currently they can provide their timber to whoever they want, and obviously they sell it at quite a decent profit for themselves, if I'm being perfectly honest. And obviously it would be better for me if I could get it cheaper by owning the land. So effectively I would buy the land, and the people that currently work on the land will still work the land, but they will do so for me. So they would get the benefits of knowing that they have a large company looking after them, being responsible for them. I don't know how familiar you are with the timber industry, but if you have any knowledge of the industry, I'm sure you will have heard of my name, and I'm sure you will be aware that I make it my business. The reason that I am successful is because I insist on using local people. I do not bring my own people in to take over the mills. I don't bring my own people in to do the logging. I make sure when I buy the land that I use the local people that are already there, because they know the land, they know, and what is the point of removing people's livelihoods if it's something they've done all their life?
All I do is add a bit of stability to it.
Sounds noble.
But would there have been any, no matter how slight, deficits with your purchase of the land?
I'm sorry. What do you mean, Doctor?
Well, what was the land being used for before you decided to cut it all down for lumber?
Oh, that's what they do anyway.
All of it.
Oh, okay.
That is how the local village makes its money, is through logging. Yes, indeed.
Are you logging more than they used to?
I'm not logging at all at the moment. I am not touching the trees until they agree to sell it to me. I'm not going to barge in if I'm not wanted. I am simply making overtures at this point.
Is there anything else that the land is used for? Like any portion of the part that you want to buy?
To my knowledge, no, not at all. So I haven't been there myself. I am just aware that the timber is of an excellent quality. The forests up there are relatively untapped. and you will see some of their timber comes down this very river, and we process it here a lot of the time, and it really is quite fine quality.
And this is why you sent your assistant, I assume.
Yeah, Hammerstrom and Lindeskold were tasked with purchasing the land on my behalf. So they left here 2 weeks ago. Fernstar is incredibly important to me because, as I said, it's so heavily forested. The village itself is quite isolated. Has almost no contact at all with the outside world beside the timber that it sends down the river. It's quite self-sufficient. They grow all their own food. They have very little need of the outside world, which again makes it quite appealing because it means the overheads and the costs involved with running the village, again, I'm being very honest and upfront with you, are minimal. So it is as an opportunity for me and my company, it is really quite worthwhile.
So who owns the land at the moment? Who are you trying to buy it from?
The village.
Who is
It's
your
all
contact?
they own it all themselves. So I confess that when I suggested to some of the villages that I already work with in the area about approaching Fernster, they have tried to warn me against it.
What was the reasoning?
Well, they say its people have the blood of God on their hands, despite the fact that they have an incredibly old church. It has been it was converted to Christianity, in my understanding, 600 years ago. So it has one of the oldest churches in the area. Well, there are rumors of some very disturbing things that go on there. Many people
What sort of rumors?
Well, in all honesty, I don't know, and people are very hesitant and reluctant to speak out. It just appears that people know that things go on, but nobody seems to know what goes on. So it sounds like a lot of baloney to me, I have to say, until poor Mr. Lindeskold, when he returned a week ago. Yes. I just assumed it was something that Farnster themselves, a rumor that they started themselves in order to keep people away because they just enjoy their peace and quiet. Who can blame them, I suppose?
Indeed, folk tales and the like. Of course.
So
who
what
is
I'd
your
like you to do, if I can cut to the chase, obviously I'm still happy to answer any questions, but
Please.
what I would like you to do is find out what has happened to Hammerstrom and put an end to whatever this beast is that Lindeskold has babbled about. If you are also able to take over Hammerstrom's task of seeing the deal through, you are more than welcome to do so, and you will be very handsomely rewarded if that was the case.
How much handsomely rewarded? I feel like we should iron out the details before we agree to it.
I do agree.
You agree with what, Doctor?
That we should know some of the particulars. Some of our more recent experience has been quite harrowing. We do put ourselves in some peril on occasion when we are called to investigate. So we would like to know what the recompense might be.
Through my own research, I have discovered that you live in a fairly old, what is classified, I believe, as a castle in Uppsala.
That's correct.
I am quite prepared, should you secure this deal, to fund some additional development at your castle.
How much development?
Well, I would depend on what the costs are, but I would certainly be able to fund something for you on top of your fee.
Are we talking like renovating a room, building an extension? What sort of level of thing are we talking here?
Something like that, yes.
Tiger's cost and the interest in money.
What was that, Tiger?
Why are we so interested in money, for God's sake? We're here to solve the case first, surely.
Yes, but none of us are making any income at the moment, Tiger. Apart from Sebastian.
Forgive us, Mr. von Meyer. We simply want to look after our own interests as well as yours to a mutually beneficial arrangement. I'm sure you can understand.
Absolutely, I understand. And if you are able to secure this additional deal, I promise you, you will not be disappointed. That is very meta, Sebastian, and yes.
It is rather.
Yeah, I think we guessed it. All right. Who was your contact in town that you sent your assistance to?
In Farnster? Well, I have arranged accommodation for you at the home of the head of the village, a lady called Martha Karlstrom. She was very willing in offering you accommodation when I advised that you would be coming to find out what's been going on.
And that's the person that would be making this deal?
She is the head of the village, so...
Okay.
So she's like a...
I confess I don't exactly understand the structure within the village, but she seems to be... While she's not the village elder, she certainly seems to run the village committee, for want of a better term. I genuinely don't understand it, but she certainly seems to be the person that people turn to for decision-making and advice.
Very good. How far is Farnstra from here?
It'll be a day's travel.
And we're going to go up in the woods, so we might need horses?
I will provide you with transport.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh yes, don't worry. I shall give you money to pay for your stay whilst you're up there, because while she has graciously offered, I think it's only polite from my perspective to show willing and pay for your room and board. So I shall provide you with any financial recompense that you need in order to manage your time whilst you're up there.
Quite right.
Very grateful.
By the way, you are all eating very nice food at this moment in time. It was brought in quite quietly whilst he was talking to you.
So allow me to just make sure that we understand the basics, Mr. von Meyer. You sent Mr. Hammerstrom along with Mr. Lindeskalt to Fernster 2 weeks ago. Mr. Lindeskalt comes back and is not in his right mind and cannot tell you where Mr. Hammerstrom has gone. Is this correct?
That is correct. Whether you can get more information from him yourself, we can only hope.
Was there any equipment that went with him, a sum of money, anything like that went missing at the same time? How did Mr. Lindeskalt arrive back? On a horse, barefoot, for example?
On a horse in his nightshirt.
Right. Important.
I believe I'd put that in the letter, but I confess it was all such a surprise. But yes, I'm fairly certain I put that in my letter.
And yes, we'll try to establish to the best of our ability where Mr. Hammerstrom has gone. As soon as dinner is over, I'm not sure about my compatriots, but I certainly would like to have an interview, if I could at all, with Mr. Lindeskalt.
Absolutely. He has a room just round the corner here at the mill.
My friend here is an author. Can you possibly give us a brief physical description of the missing man, Gottfried Hammerstrom?
For a novel?
No, for just in case we. I'm sorry to say this, Mr. Von Meyer, but sometimes we have arrived at a village and found the person dead. So if you could just give us a physical description so that we are aware of if we do happen to the tragic fate, if it happens to be a tragedy, if we could get a physical description of him, that would be excellent.
What I believe my religious friend is trying to say is we cannot interview nor find out what has happened from a deceased person. If we find any, we'd like to make sure if it is actually Mr. Hammerstrom or not.
Yes.
I see. Yes, indeed. Well, yeah. Mr. Hammerstrom was quite a tall fellow. He sort of looks at Julian critically, and I'd say possibly very slightly shorter than your good self, sir.
So over 6 foot tall.
Yes, round about 6 foot. Medium build, not too heavy set. He is, after all, more a scholar rather than a physical labourer.
How old is he?
About 40 years of age.
Hair color, eye color?
He has dark hair, very similar in style to my own.
The demon cat returns.
I also want to apologize because this cat only does it while we're playing a game, but also my neighbors are doing construction too, so I apologize.
We can't hear that.
I can't hear that.
Yeah.
No. Well, good. I can.
It's just the demon cat we hear. Yeah. What was he wearing when he left? Roughly.
Again, he was dressed fairly smartly, but he was there at least a week. I would imagine he would have changed his clothes at some point.
But he's a fairly smartly dressed man.
Well, he was there to do business.
Of course. Any last distinguishing characteristics that we should be aware of? For example, if you'll forgive me, did he have a moustache somewhat like your own?
Why on earth would I need to forgive you for having a moustache like mine? No, he was clean shaven, and I'm afraid nothing particularly distinguishable about him. He was quite kindly of face, but very determined. We have been friends for a good number of years. He is a very decent and honest gentleman. I trusted him with this because he is very diligent and hardworking. Just is always determined to get the job done as quickly as possible.
And how about Mr. Lindeskald?
You can go and meet him yourself.
Well, I mean, do you hold him? It sounds like this Mr. Hammerstrom sounds like a very decent and fellow who. What's the word I'm looking for? Who thinks about things? Thank you.
Nils has not been with us very long. I mean, he's quite a bit younger, but he was learning and training from Hammerstrom. He had great potential. It's always, the little time he's been with us, he's seemed very sensible, very grounded. This deal is incredibly important to me. Had I not seen the potential within him, and had Hammerstrom not seen potential with him, there's no way I would have allowed him to accompany this. This was far too important for me to send somebody that I didn't fully trust.
Excellent. Acceptable. Has there been any other, in your experience while you've been here, has there been any other interesting story, for lack of a better word, interesting stories about strange events or anything in the surrounding area?
No.
Any interesting tales or other folklore?
Nope, nothing that I've heard, no. As I said, the neighbouring villages have always been very suspicious of Farnstroh, but nobody seems to really have any solid idea as to why.
They haven't posed a particular reason apart from the people themselves being somewhat insular, as you indicate.
Yes. I have heard the phrase, they have, God's blood on their hands. And there are talks of strange occurrences, but it just seems nobody seems to know what these strange occurrences are. They've all heard from other people that there are strange occurrences. It's one of these stories that seems to loop round and round and round and doesn't actually lead anywhere, which is why I really bore it very little mind until poor Nils returned last week.
With your permission, as soon as we've finished, I can slip away to look at him myself, but I'm sure some of my friends would like to accompany me in interviewing and viewing Mr. Lindiscolt.
Indeed, yes.
If that's all right with you.
I've absolutely fine, yes.
Excellent. And then I think we're going to head off first thing in the morning to Farnstra.
Yes, I have a coach reserved for you, departing at 9 o'clock.
Thank you very much. You've been such a gracious host and an excellent client.
Oh, well, it's very nice of you to say so. Hopefully this will be a fruitful relationship for all of us. I have some rooms here at the mill you can stay in if you wish, or if you are unaccustomed to the noise of the mill, there is a guest house down in the town just near the cathedral, which I can recommend. And if you wish to stay there, just let them know that you're there on my behalf, and the rooms will be charged to my account.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for responding so quickly to my request.
Did you say singular room?
Well, the rooms are quite singular, but no, I didn't mean one room, no.
Just as well.
The rooms are singular without being singular.
Ah, fabulous. Wonderful work.
Okay.
Yes. Unless
Sorry,
there's any
in this-
dessert, Mr. Von Meyer, I think I'd like to see Mr. Lindiscolt now. Is he restrained?
He's not dangerous, as far as we've been able to ascertain. He seems more terrified than anything else.
I see.
All right, let's go see him.
Follow me. And he gets up and heads to the door and leads you out of his office and around the side of the mill to an area which is obviously looks like it's lodgings for workers. And he takes you through the door and round to the right, and there is a room kind of at the end of a corridor, which is well secured, shall we say. and the door has.
Oh God! How many padlocks does it have?
No. It's just it's secured on the outside, and there is like a shuttered window on the front, which enables access. And he unlocks the door and opens it and said, "Please go in and speak to him. We keep this shut more for his own benefit than for ours."
Very well. Julian, you're at my side?
Yep.
I think we're all heading in, aren't we?
Well, yeah, we're all heading in, but I thought we should like kind of go slowly. I was going to start talking to him while Julian was looking at him.
So
Julian looks at him.
So inside the room, you see a smaller man, probably about 5'8", but quite slim. He's looking fairly gaunt. You would guess he's probably about 30 years of age. He has a far smaller and more refined version of a moustache to August. His hair is unkempt, and his eyes just are flicking around continuously. And when you go in, he's sat on the bed, rocking and crying as you go in.
Oh
Good grief.
no! They've
Nothing's
left
even
him.
happened.
But how the hell they've left him in a room on his own, crying? The fucking bastards!
Okay, well, that's why we're here. I will slowly approach him.
Stay away! Stay away! Stay away! Don't you come near me! Don't you come near me! Oh, they're going to get you! They're coming! They're coming! They're coming! They're coming! No, don't come near! Don't come near! You can give me a medicine roll anytime you like, Julian.
Yes, please. I would like to do that. Medicine equipment or just medicine roll?
You can't get close to him, so just a roll.
Now, sod it.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
we
do know why they left him on his own. Yeah.
Shrug a little bit and say nervous breakdown.
So
maybe he wouldn't be like this if he hadn't been left on his own so much.
What you can see is his face and his arms, which are exposed. You can see there are healing scars and scratches all over him. His shirt is also open, and you can see sort of scratches and marks on him. Von Meyer.
I turn towards.
Meyer just turns to leave, and he says, "Yes, those were there when he came. We had a physician look at him very briefly the day he arrived, and the physician seemed to feel that these were caused. They looked like they were caused by branches. So we assumed that when he left on the horse, he just went through the woods rather than necessarily following the road.
Desperate to flee.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I shall. All I ask is when you're done, if you just secure the door behind you. We are quite concerned that he is going to do himself and potentially others harm if he gets out.
I am going to kneel at a safe distance in front of him. Yeah, like 6 feet away. And then I'm going to start playing a soothing tune on my ocarina.
Julian sort of puts his back up against the wall and sort of looks at Anna as if to go, is this actually happening?
Anna's like, I thought I was hallucinating it too. All right.
Soothing music.
Stop the noise.
I don't think he's a music lover, Henrik.
I don't think it's helping, I'm afraid, Henrik.
You'll get its attention.
What
Whose
will?
attention?
The noise. It'll come. It's red eyes. Big red eyes.
Niels?
Beast of darkness. But its red eyes. It will see you. And it will get you.
Did it try to get you?
Big.
Oh, jeez. Is that the sound the monster made?
Is that just the noise he's making?
I'm not sure.
Niels? I'm sorry this thing happened to you, Niels. My name's Henrik. Can you tell us more about what you saw and what happened to Gottfried?
I'm guessing nothing good.
That's not a good sign.
Yeah, that's not like, oh yeah, he won.
And he turns and faces the corner of the room and sobs and sobs and sobs.
That's devastating.
And you can see his shirt is torn and ripped. His slashes across his back.
So he hasn't been changed since he got back, or is this a new looking shirt?
No.
What the fuck are these people? Oh my god. Anna's gonna try and approach him.
Ah!
Alright.
No.
Alright, Anna holds up her hands. Can we get you some tea or a snack? Would you like? Well, it makes me feel better, Maude.
I
Done
know.
this very differently if we were doing it the old-fashioned way, but I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I was going to ask what's the prescription for a slap? Is that allowed?
Don't you slap him, Henrik.
I didn't say. I was asking the doctor about slapping.
Well, what I was going to say was some
It would have
able-bodied
been very
people
common at the time.
could have held him down while I got a better look at him.
I'm not sure
everybody's
that's the
safety.
best idea, Julian.
I'm not sure that we would get much out of him. Can I,
Okay,
can
if
I,
that's
from
what you
where I
wanna
am,
do-
get a better look at the slashes on his back, please?
Again, it looks. You can see from where you are that it just looks like whip marks almost.
Whip marks.
Yeah.
Whip.
So it's like
How
from
fresh?
going through the trees and branches.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like an actual whip.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I did.
no.
Oh, okay.
The marks. I mean, Anna, you would certainly know that's the Brit marks haven't been caused by a whip. You would have seen enough whippings to know that that's
Pretty
absolutely
sure she would have
not.
done enough whippings.
Quite possibly.
Anna half chokes at Julian. Comment.
What? I meant in the line of your work. What did you think I meant?
Anna blushes and turns back to the guy. Sebastian, no kink shaming.
I'm not kink shaming, I'm kink asking if.
Anyway, Anna's going to try and approach the man again while he's crying. Does he growl again? Okay. And it's...
You can all tell that if you get close enough to touch him, he will attack you. There is absolutely no doubt.
Do you need any more information, Julian? 'Cause we'll tackle him if you need more information.
We know we won't tackle him, Henrik.
There's nothing sort of like that. This seems to me to all be mental. Everything that I can see, I won't be able to get much more information from him from just looking at him. This all looks like it was inflicted by the journey back here.
I agree.
I'd love to know what happened to the horse.
Do you have any pocket bacon on you, Henrik?
Always.
Can Anna try offering him a piece of pocket bacon?
Julian frowns a little bit.
I assume they have been giving him food since he's been here.
I don't know. Never hurts.
Well,
to
yeah,
offer.
no, they didn't change his shirt, but
Yeah.
so, yeah, it's 50-50, I guess.
Yeah. Are you hungry?
I also stole a blueberry muffin from the cart outside.
Oh, there you go. Would you like a blueberry muffin? And it's going to edge it towards him. See, he is hungry. Oh,
Doesn't like blueberries, I guess.
are you all right?
He just backs into his corner and continues to cry.
Can we get you some fresh clothes or something? Or a bath, maybe?
He's just crying.
Okay, I'm going to try one more thing. Niels, we're going to find Gottfried.
Right. Do you like dogs, Neil? And he's going to try and beckon Ghost closer. Would you like to stroke our dog? He's very friendly.
Julian, give me an inspiration roll.
Yes, please.
Very specifically, Julian.
Don't suck. 1.
I'm really surprised how uninspiring Julian is.
Excuse me. I think I'm going to go and have a quick word with Mr. Von Meyer, and without another word, Julian sort of makes for the door.
Anna's going to again try and beckon Ghost closer to the sobbing man. Would you like to stroke our dog? No, okay, back off, Ghost.
Yeah, I'll go and try and find Mr. Von Meyer.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Okay, he is now poised as if he's going to launch himself at you.
Okay.
Anna takes
He's
a back
roaring
step
down his
backwards.
face, but he looks absolutely terrified beyond reason.
Anything else is going to be torment. Maybe leave him alone.
Anything else? Ghost, leave the room. Let's go. We're done.
Poor man.
Do I find Mr. Von Meyer?
Where are you looking for him?
Well,
going back to his
all of
office.
us leave the room, including Ghost, right?
Oh, yeah, if you go back to his office, you'll find him. Yeah.
Okay. We all leave the room and clock it behind us.
No, I don't want to leave him alone in a room and locked in a room.
Okay, we'll come back in a minute. For now,
Anna,
he's freaking out.
Anna,
Yeah.
you would absolutely leave him locked in a room because
No, I
that is
wouldn't.
all you would have known from your life.
You don't you tell me what I would have done or not done.
Well, Henrik says, let's go. Maude, take the dog out of the room. Come on.
Mr. Von Meyer, in my professional opinion, I don't think that Mr. Linderscold will make any kind of recovery while he is here. I would suggest removing him. We know of a very good asylum.
Oh
back
God.
somewhere that will probably be, for the moment, the best place for him. Also, while he may not be dangerous overtly every time we got close to him, it did seem that he was willing to attack. And so...
It is why we've not been able to change his clothes. We have tried to make him as comfortable as he can, but he cannot stand being in the presence of anybody. I had hoped that he would calm down when he realized that he was in a safe place. But
Doesn't look very safe.
It is a place he is familiar of. That
Is
was
he-
his room.
Is he local?
No, he's not from this area at all.
Strange, though, that he came back here then, as opposed to just wandering out.
Oh well, he's been here for nearly about a year. So this has been his home for a year. He has been working with me.
So it may have just been instinct, sort of, trying to get him back here, as opposed to deliberate, though. I know if one is desperate enough, one will go in any direction away from the danger.
Well, that's true, but was it him or was it the horse?
Oh, that's true.
What time is it now?
It's just after 6.
I don't suppose you know if the library will still be open.
They haven't finished constructing the library yet. The closest we have is in the cathedral.
Huh. I could have sworn that was said there was a library here.
Quite possible. The cathedral, as I said, has one.
And that would have been the one. Fair enough. I might drop there. I'm sure Henrik knows the local bishop, Bishop Johansson. But I would recommend. I don't think Mr. Linderscolt should stay here in his current state, and if it has been this way for a week, I can't see any reason why he should suddenly regain his senses. Maybe we could take him back with us somehow when we return.
I can arrange for people to collect him. It is the very least I can do.
I don't like the idea of sending him to an asylum.
Does he have any family who benefit from his
Give
income?
him a new shirt.
Yes, his parents are still living. They're in Gothenburg, I believe.
Have they been informed?
Yes, indeed. They have been informed that he has been involved in an incident. We have told them that he is alive and recovering from his injuries. We didn't want to overly worry them,
Alarm them,
until we had some more definite information. At the distance that they are away, my experience is that panic grows the further the distance.
Quite. Well, where are we staying for the night, remind me?
You may stay either here or at a guest house near the cathedral.
A guest house might be more appropriate. I'm sure that the priest will also want to investigate the cathedral, especially if there's a library there, as well as the rest of our gang, so to speak. So I'll bid you good evening.
Indeed, Doctor. Thank you very much for your time.
I'm sure we'll be back very early so that we can get to Fenster as soon as possible in the morning.
The best of luck to you. Yes.
It's appreciated.
If you are staying at the accommodation in town, I will arrange for the coach to pick you up from there.
Thank you very much.
Good evening, Doctor.
Anna's just standing staring at the door where he's locked in.
We can't do anything about him right now. We can do our best for him once we've figured this out.
Just seems so mean to leave him and he's crying.
Well, I thought the dog was a good idea. You were helping out, but it's not working. So
maybe the dog scared him. Maybe he didn't like dogs.
Yeah.
Maybe something else would be better.
Okay, well, you go find a cat while I go to the chapel.
I don't know.
Like, if you want to go find a hamster at the pet shop or something, that's fine.
Anna rolls her eyes at Henrik.
Enough. Put your eyeballs away.
We can't do much for him tonight. So I was planning on going to the cathedral. Does anybody want to come with me?
Yes.
I guess fine.
Let's all go. Splitting up doesn't usually work out that well for us.
That's true.
It has been known to go slightly askew.
What do you
Let's all
mean?
go to the cathedral then.
I don't think it's ever gone well when we split up.
I have no idea what you mean.
Except for your cake run. That was my favorite part.
The cake was brilliant. Anyway, so yes, Julian's literally going to sort of walk out and get back in the carriage, if it is still there, and make way to the cathedral.
Yes. Carriage is not horseback.
The carriage is not there. You'll have to walk.
Oh, God.
Blasted.
That's
Fine,
fine. It's
we'll
just
walk.
at the bottom of the hill. Let's go.
It's not going to take you long.
No,
Less
stretch the
than-
legs
less than-
after the train.
It's. I mean, for context, we're talking about a city. Bearing in mind it is a city of about 15,000 people.
Ooh.
It's really
Is that
small.
big? Okay.
It's probably about twice the size of your village where you actually live in real life.
We have a lot. We have a lot less than 15,000 in our village.
Yes. I
Okay,
mean,
as we said.
the area that it covers is probably about twice the size of your village.
Okay.
All right, cathedral.
It really is. At this point, it's still very, very small, which is quite bizarre as to why it actually has a cathedral at all. It's tiny. So you head to the cathedral. It's about a 10-minute walk. The doors are open. And when you go in, the cathedral is cold and vast. There's high white ceilings rising high into the shadows. The nave is lit by tall windows during the day, but now there's just like candles flickering in iron chandeliers, casting dancing shadows across the wooden pews. There is a single electric sconce recently installed along the north aisle, and it's flickering as if it's kind of uncertain of its place. You can see the altar. It's plain with a white cloth, a brass cross, and 2 candlesticks. There are no statues, no saints, just stillness. The pale wooden floor creaks softly with each step. In the apse, there is a great pipe organ that is looming, silent. It stops, gleaming. Someone has draped a cloth over the keys as if to keep the instrument asleep. In the rear, there is a brass plaque commemorating the date of the first electric installation. It's a small thing, but it's there.
When was the date?
1885.
How long ago was that?
Nah.
All right.
So what does the plaque actually say, please?
It doesn't say anything of any interest. It's just commemorating. It's just commemorating the
Andrew's like,
installation
do
of the
not
electricity.
go down this rabbit hole.
Look at things that are valid.
Well, I thought maybe electricity was something to do with why the Vaesen might be pissy.
Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't.
Trying to work out when it all started.
But you're assuming there's Vaesen, and you're
That's right.
looking at a village that's over a
To be
day's
fair-
ride. That's over a day's ride away.
He said like a monster with giant red eyes. I feel like that's Vaesen.
Yeah, all right. I lift up the corner of the blanket that's on the keys and I go bing, 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 bing with the annoyingly on the keys. Because
And
there's
it doesn't
nobody
make
here.
any
I
sense.
wanna
It
find the
doesn't make any sound at all because the organ's
Oh.
not turned on.
Oh, okay, never mind. Well, there you go. So why are you angry at me? It wasn't even turned on.
Because it's just stop playing with random stuff that isn't yours.
The clue is in the name of the game.
I go to the where I assume
Where the library is?
So as you're kind of walking around, the door opens at the back of the church, and a man walks in.
What sort of a man?
Bear with me. Bear with me.
I'm so
Because I have,
sorry. My patience. I'm so sorry.
And then you're yelling at me for touching a piano key.
I just wanted to know what he looked like.
Where is he? Where did I put it?
My grandma's bought me a pack of 12. This is very exciting.
A packet of 12.
12?
Oh, 12s.
Yeah.
Why can I not see? Oh, it's there. Okay. You see this man?
Oh. Hello.
Because yes, I've gone for a real person. Walks in. Oh, hello, welcome. Oh, you don't look like locals. I don't recognize your Henrik Gustafsson. Well, I never.
Bishop
What a surprise.
Quite. I haven't seen you since last summer, where I believe I trounced you in doubles badminton.
Yes, well, I had spent rather a long day with the abbot, so I was a little bit fatigued at that point. But yes, is your master with you?
No, unfortunately,
Master?
We've well,
Julian waggles his eyebrows at Anna.
put those away. Yes, no, he's traveling right now. We came to Honestad for a very different object. It's nice to see you again, by the way.
Well, indeed. Where are you these days?
Oh, we're in Uppsala.
No. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I was there for a good number of years.
Do you remember seeing Castle Gillenkreutz up just past the university?
Oh, yes, indeed. A bit of a run-down building in my time. Yes, well, I mean, I was at the university. I got my PhD there and my Bachelor of Divinity. I was ordained at the cathedral.
Bachelor of Divinity?
Yeah, that does actually exist, yes. Henrik has a Master's of Divinity.
Jeez. And Anna takes a swig from a hip flask.
Go right, keep going. Very nice to see you. So we were interested that the abbot had been through here a month or so ago.
The abbot, yes, indeed. He wasn't here for very long. I'm not quite sure why I wasn't expecting him, but he popped in and asked if he could use the library.
Indeed. And he continues his travels. The reason why he came in to ask to use the library, I think, was related to the reason that me and my colleagues are here today.
Oh, how fascinating. Are you continuing his work?
Yes, we're doing a bit of, you see, my colleagues and I are on a project where we are discovering and aiding people that seem to encounter strange events.
I see. Give me a manipulation roll, please, Henrik.
You got it. Come on, big money, big money. 1.
Well, you've already ascertained him as a friend, so...
So I was wondering, my friend, if we could use your library for some of the research we're doing on the local area.
I see. What sort of things are you looking at? I may be able to direct you to something.
Well, 3 things in particular. Number 1, I don't know if you've heard about this fellow Niels Lindeskold that came back to the mill in a state of absolute distress.
I've heard something, yes.
Well, he is, when I say absolute distress, I am underestimating it. Apparently, he saw something in the woods and had a horrible experience. So one of the things we are going to look at for is local
Can everyone
folklore.
give me an observation roll, please?
I see everything.
3 for Julian.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh,
It looks
Tychus,
Myself
Tychus
and
3.
We see everything.
Julian 3. More 2. Jeez,
Nothing
we're
is
observant.
capable of being hidden from us. It's impossible.
Okay, well, Sebastian, we haven't got. Oh, here comes Sebastian. Oh, you're all incredibly observant.
Holy crap.
So, as Henrik is saying about these, you see, it's not so much that his eyes glaze over, but you can see him going, "Oh God, this again." Look on his face, and he looks very slightly defensive.
You don't believe in people seeing weird stuff?
Oh, excuse me, madam. It's not so much that I don't believe that people see weird stuff, but God forgive me, but Henrik, you are a very good man. Your devotion to the church is absolutely beyond reproach. And I think that the abbot has bestowed many great ideas and many great teachings for you. He is quite the formidable theologian, and his command of scripture and monastic history is unparalleled in our area. And you have clearly benefited greatly from his learnings. But
I agree with you humbly.
Why do you need to be humble? He was complimented the abbot, not you.
Well, he's kind of complimenting me too.
yeah, but his obsession with the unknown, his devotion to the work that you and he carry out, the exorcisms, it's that level of fixation, it isn't necessarily God's favor.
So what is the story that has been going around locally then, Mr. Bishop?
Sorry, about what?
The story that Mr. Nils, that Mr. Lindeskold brought back. You seemed to have heard it before.
No. I'm sorry, you misunderstand me. I have no idea about what's happened. I am aware that someone returned and that his mind has been damaged.
So you
my
haven't heard
understanding
something
is a physician has been to see him. I myself have not been called, so I was hoping that he was recovering and that it was simply the result of some sort of injury.
Afraid not.
Well, what brings us here, Brother Martin, is that his companion was left behind in the village of Farnstra,
Right.
And it is either missing or perhaps dead, and that's why we're here to track that down.
Could we use your library?
I mean,
We're trying. You might not agree with what I and the abbot actually value and strive for, but there's a man potentially in harm, missing, and we're here to find him.
Julian takes a slight step forward towards the bishop, as if to sort of like almost put himself between Henrik and the bishop. What exactly is it that you believe Henrik and the abbot are trying to do exactly?
Well, I'm very much aware of what they're trying to do. They work very closely in exorcism, purging evil spirits from people, and that is to be commended. But there are so many other facets to God's teachings, and it just concerns me that fixating on this one narrow path is not necessarily the way to godliness.
But someone has to do it.
Well, yes, indeed. I believe that there is certainly, and there has seemed in recent years to be, alas, more of a call of troubled souls, shall we say?
That is actually what we have found. In our more recent forays into exorcism, often it has been, well, mental health issues.
Mm-hmm.
People straying from the path of God.
My biggest concerns is just that people can get hurt. And Henrik is a good man, and I wouldn't want to see him hurt, is all.
We're normally around to stop all that. I'm a doctor, for instance. Could I use your library, please?
Yes, of course. If there is something, as I said, if there is something specific you're looking for, I may be able to save you time and point you in the right direction. Well, I have a number of manuscripts, you see. My stock is, shall we say, somewhat more comprehensive than you might imagine.
Excellent. If you can show my colleagues the documents, if you can recall the documents that the abbot searched through. He did give me a short excerpt from one of them. I think I have it right here. But also, if you can just tell us a bit more about Farnstra, perhaps about the local folklore.
I have no information at all on Farnstra. There is nothing in the records anywhere, I'm afraid. It's one of those remote towns. The only thing I can tell you is that the father that looks after the church, he's been there. I would say he's been there. Well, he's been there a lot longer than I have. He's been there about 35, 40 years. The church.
Oh, so they actually have a church.
Yes. The church is one of the oldest in the region. It's built sometime in the 1200s.
And what's his name?
I
don't know how to spell that.
Yeah, it's Ingvar.
Ingvar.
Ingvar Nattramn. Ingvar
Nattramn.
Nattramn. Okay. And you've never been up there?
Putting it in the chat.
Thank you. And you've never been there?
No, I'm afraid I haven't. No.
Is there any interesting local folklore around Holmstrand?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's I guess from I've got a couple of A couple of messages. Just a minute. So yes, there's this town has been built really very much around the logging trade, and while the town itself the city itself is quite old, the people have always been people of God. It was really part of the missions, so there's no really much pagan stuff here.
I see. So we're looking for two specific if there's no, we're looking for local folklore, which often puts us in the right direction. However, yeah, I heard that we had a quote about the people of Farnstra that they have God's blood on their hands. This is what we've been told that the people of Farnstra believe.
There's lots of rumors about regional towns and villages. I mean, yes, I've heard something about, but
anything about the Seal of Solomon?
Yeah, that's our second. We had three matters of inquiry, sir.
The Seal of Solomon.
Indeed.
Old Testament.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Well, there certainly might be some documents relating to that.
I'd like to look at them now, please.
Yes, they would be in the older.
Scrolls, books.
Probably in the scrolls. Not. If you go to the back end, and he points to a door, the door that he came through, and he says, "The library's through there. If you go to the back, there is a cupboard which has got some old scrolls. If you go and look in there, there may be something relevant. That tends to be where I've got a lot of the old medieval manuscripts on religious folklore."
Is the cupboard open?
It will be unlocked. Yes, I have just been doing some cataloguing myself.
Thank you very much. I'll go there now while you well. And Julian sort of slopes off at once.
One of the other things, it seemed like Hammerstrand was close to. We're looking for information about the Oulu Massacre. Do you know much about that?
Never heard of it.
Well, it happened in. I do have the date somewhere, but just not on this document. I'm sorry, my friend. I know that we have very strange requests, but I suppose that is part of our line of work.
Well, indeed. I am certainly intrigued as to the Seal of Solomon. Give me an inspiration roll, Henrik.
Yeah. Big money. 1.
Okay. Let me show you something, he says, and he gestures to you all over towards one side of the church. What do you think this is? And he points.
Target practice?
He points to a column where you see that image.
Target practice?
Well, Henrik would know more than Leaf does, so.
It is.
It's a bullseye.
I think even you will need to give me a learning roll for this, Henrik.
I will. Beep. Beep. 1.
It is ancient. It is definitely something that predates Christianity. You have seen it before, but you don't know where.
Well, it kind of looks like the ancient pagan oak wheel. And maybe I saw it in the Franzibald's basement? Oh, there's the cat again.
It's not something that you've seen during your time in the society. It is something that you saw during your theological studies.
Do I recognize it?
Reminds me of the oak wheel.
With 4 rolls.
You've seen it in a dream, Taika.
Oh, great.
Holy shit, 4 successes.
But you cannot put your finger on what dream it was. But you know you've seen it in a dream.
What is it, my brother?
I wish I knew. But the abbot was greatly interested in it when he saw it.
Is there?
Can you
remember? Can you remember any of the? Yeah, I touch it first of all. I put my hand up against it and touch it.
It is an engraving.
Someone ask how big it is.
Well, we're looking at it.
How big
I just
is it?
touched it. It looks like a foot across.
Yeah.
Poke, poke, poke.
Do you recall the books that the and scrolls that the abbot looked into after he saw this?
Yes, there was he found some sort of I'm not exactly sure what it was, but there was a document that he said that somebody would be quite interested in, and he took it with him.
Oh, okay. Do you mind if we putter around the library for a few hours this evening?
He looks. He sort of said, "Well, yes, you can. I will be here for another hour and a half or so, maybe 2 hours. I can spare you, but I have obviously an early start in the morning, so I'd rather not be too late if it can be avoided."
Very well. All of my colleagues are accomplished researchers. Most of them are accomplished researchers.
They at least give it a good shot.
To the library, I guess, and I give it a stretch.
What was the other thing that we were? It was the thing of Oulu, right? And soul transference, which is the thing. Were the two things we were looking for here, right? Team Huddle.
Seal of Solomon.
Yeah, it was the Seal of Solomon and soul transference. And
let's also check if anything about the Nattram's here as well, because why
The
not?
Nattramn.
Might as well.
That's the one. Thanks, Maude.
Okay, I'm gonna pick current mission as my search. I'm looking for things about Farnstra or beasts in the wilderness. 3. Shit.
You find nothing.
Outstanding.
Great.
Anna would like to look up about the Nattramn. See if there's anything here.
The Nattramn.
The Nattramn.
Nattramn.
The bloke's name is Nattramn.
Oh, I see. Yeah, Anna was getting the spelling wrong, and it's got nothing.
What are you looking for, Taika?
Let me help Anna.
Anna looks quite offended as Taika comes over with that level of patronising thing to look at the book she's looking at and passes it over.
By the way, in your handouts, just for your own reference, I have shared with you a copy of the symbol that I put in the chat.
Oh, it's an important symbol.
Oh no, it's just pretty.
Okay. I feel like it's important. I feel like it may come up again.
When I see that everybody else is doing their own research, can I sort of sneak out to have a look at what the thing is?
Not sneaking out again.
Not sneaking out. Can I go and see what everybody else was looking up while I was in the library?
Yeah.
Just take a gander at it and see if I can I investigate it? Can I learn from it?
You can learning.
If you put your tongue in the center of it, that works.
No.
Damn it. No, it's not familiar to me, and I slink back into the library.
Okay.
I do have a sort of like quiet smile about my face.
Did Taika find anything about the...
What about Maude? What's Maude up to?
Nattramn?
Maude would have looked up the Nattramn, but Taika's got that covered now. Do we need to know any more about soul transfer? Did Julian find anything?
Yeah, no one's looked up soul transfer or Seal of Solomon yet.
Okay, then that's what Maude will be researching. Let's see.
And this is the place where we know that there's information about it because the abbot found it here.
Julian passes
Maude
across
does
the...
do well with the book.
Julian passes across the scroll that he found to Maude.
Ooh, what's it say?
Okay, Maude, it's in your handouts.
What you got, Maude?
Do you want me to read it to you?
Please,
yes,
that'd be nice. Particularly for the people watching.
An excerpt from De Sigilis et Arcanis on Seals and Mysteries from 1637. Translated from Latin by an unknown scholar dated 1712. The parchment seems old with the edges burned. In the time of Solomon, the wise king, there was granted unto him a seal of power. Some say it was a ring, but this is falsehood, a tale for the ears of children. Those who know the old ways speak instead of the stone of dominion, smooth as river-worn jade, inscribed with the markings of the angels and bound by the breath of the divine. It is written that when placed upon the flesh of man, it burns a mark into the skin, binding the bearer to forces beyond mortal understanding. This was the true purpose of the seal, to serve not as a mere token of kingship, but as a vessel to hold what should not pass from this world. The wise knew this power came at a cost. A soul transmuted is a soul halved, its echoes lingering where it does not belong. Those who used the seal too freely were said to be plagued by memories that were not their own. In the days of the Crusaders, it was said that a certain knight of the temple carried with him a darkened stone, claiming it to be the lost seal. He vanished in the siege of Acre, but those who searched his chambers found only a fragment of scorched parchment and a handprint burned into the wood of his writing desk.
I'm sorry, it's not more positive.
It's not, great for getting Vanessa back, is it?
Well, no knowledge is wasted.
Oh, Anna puts a hand on Maude.
Yeah, we're still looking for something. Now we at least know one of the things we're looking for. Maybe.
We'll keep looking.
We'll keep looking. Anna pats Ghost.
Go Schnuffles.
Oh, Schnuffle.
Maude, do you want to push your roll?
Push it.
Why not?
I think that's the only answer to that question, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, first I will bless Maude with Saint Jerome, translator, and also patron saint of owls as well.
In which case, you just roll the 2 free dice.
Okay.
Press the big middle center button.
Patron saint of
roll.
archaeologists, archivists, scholars, librarians, and owls.
Thank you. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, Saint Jerome.
Pick up Saint
Push it
Jerome.
as well.
What I should.
She doesn't need to push now.
Okay. Sebastian's just chilling. He's not even opening the books. He's just like, yo, you lot read.
You had been looking at a book when Julian passed you the document, and you kind of dropped the book as you read it, and the cover of the book came apart, and a piece of parchment fell out of the split cover, and that is now also in your handouts.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, Saint Jerome doing his thing.
And writing material. He's also a patron of writing material, so that would be perfect for Maude. I don't know how you become a saint of paper, but okay.
Right, have we found everything?
What's this one called? I can't see it.
It's 3.3.
Thank you.
Unfinished letter.
I have it. Do you want this one read out as well?
Well, if you're wanting to share it with anybody, then yes.
Maude is big on sharing, unlike some of her companions, but she tries to lead by example, so here we all are.
Anna takes a little
High
offense
five.
to sort of like, the condescending, patronising tone that Maude does as she unrolls a bit of paper and,
Yeah. High five to Maude. Sharing. You two shut up.
So, look at this. She holds up the page that she has found.
Right.
It's looking quite smudged, and the last few lines have been burned away. 1799. To whomever finds this, I have spent the last months examining the records on the Seal of Solomon, and the evidence grows more troubling by the day. The belief that it was a ring is false. It was never meant to be worn. It was meant to be used, to be placed upon the flesh of two souls in their moment of parting. I fear Westerholm, though well-intentioned, did not grasp the full implications of what he sought. The seal does not merely move a soul. It imprints something upon the vessel left behind. There are accounts, buried deep in the annals of the Order, of those who underwent the transference only to emerge altered. Not changed beyond recognition, but different in ways that linger. A left-handed man who, after the ritual, favoured his right. A woman who had never spoken another language, suddenly whispering words unknown to her family. A child who shunned his favourite food after the rite, claiming it smelled of rot. Some say these things are trivial. But if such minor traces remain, what else might be passed from one to another? What of instinct, of fears, of habits buried deep within the flesh? The seal brands the skin, but does it brand something deeper? I can't read anymore. The rest of it is burned away.
The more and more we learn about this, I feel like this is not the way to save Vanessa.
No. It certainly sounds like, unfortunately, this is a dead end. However, I feel that we are somewhat compelled to find this thing.
Yeah, if only to stop it being used by others.
Well, we're certainly
Yeah.
closer to understanding what occurred.
Yeah, and I suppose it is your choice, Maude, if you want to risk her. Or I suppose Vanessa, sorry, Ghost, your choice if you want to risk yourself being changed, I guess.
I quickly put my hands behind my back.
Why?
Are we done here?
Did
think
everybody?
so.
Sebastian didn't do a roll.
he lets others read for him.
I'm going to go out into the I'm going to go out into the main part of the cathedral.
Anna follows. You all right, Julian?
Yep, fine. Why?
Oh, no reason at all. Anna sort of wanders a little bit further down the church, sort of just looking at the windows and things. You know, you can... Is it things being changed that you didn't like?
No, it's not that. Don't tell the others. And he brings his hands out and shows her his nails.
Hang on.
Anna looks at them. What do they look like? Oh, what? Anna takes his hand. What's that from?
Do I have scratches anywhere on my? I haven't been scratching myself and not realizing it, have I?
Let me see. Anna's going to have a quick look over the parts of Julian that she can see. No.
Did anyone hear that?
I don't.
Did when did this happen? When did you notice it?
I don't know. Just now, all I handled was that scroll that I gave to Maude. I don't think I touched anything else.
Okay.
I need to find some water and get rid of this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm sure Sebastian has something that would help with that. A nail brush or something.
About
Bishop Martin is out in the church. Did I hear you say you want to wash your hands?
Yes,
yeah.
I have a sink just through in my
Here,
area.
I thought you were about to offer me the font. Yes, thank you very much. But yes, Julian goes and really quite thoroughly washes his hands.
While he's doing that, Anna's going to go to Maude. Maude, can I see your hand?
Maude looks quizzically but holds them out.
Do they look
Nothing.
different at all? Nothing.
No.
That's all. Anna would like to have a. Anna would like to have a
Anything in
quick look.
particular you're looking for?
No, just looking. Nice hands, Maude.
Did anyone hear that?
Hear what, Taika?
Hear what? I'm in the library. Hear what?
I'm
still in the library too.
I'm going to very, very slowly walk back to join the others.
Anna's looking around trying to see if she can spot anything.
Howling.
Wolves howling?
Yes.
No.
No.
Really?
Do you often hear wolves howling?
Yes, every full moon. No, not unless there are wolves around.
I don't know, all right? It might be not a new experience for you.
Julian pops back into the library. What's going on?
At Tyker's hearing wolves.
Wolves?
Sebastian saw wolves
On
following the train.
Remember.
Where is Sebastian at this point?
Are the wolves gone?
What did you say, Tyker?
Are there wolves or anything suspicious around us, so to speak?
Nope. You can't hear anything?
Anna would like to have a look around the library to see if there's anything that might have caused what she saw on Julian's hand. Sebastian, if I see any wolves in the library, we shall let you know.
Thank you, Sebastian. And what are you doing, Anna? Taika looks at her suspiciously.
Anna's like, I'm just admiring the books.
Has anyone found anything? Has anyone found anything local? Anything that looks like it could be from around here, so to speak? Anything saying Harnesand on it?
Didn't really look for it, to be fair.
I just wondered if anyone had noticed.
Does anyone smell anything?
Oh,
why?
God,
do you smell
no.
something?
No.
Yeah, it's like wet smoke, like a forest fire.
Are you having a stroke?
Well, it doesn't look like he's having a stroke. Henrik, hold your arms out like this.
Hey, Macarena.
He looks fine. Are you sniffing your cross, Henrik?
Yeah.
Does your cross smell? Also, it took me a while to work out the word cross there that you'd said there.
I'm going to stick my head out into the rest of the cathedral. Excuse me, Bishop, is there a crypt here?
In the cathedral?
Is there another room? Just wondering. An old room.
This cathedral is not that old. It's only 40 years.
Never mind.
Wow, very young.
So there's nothing old here, I'm afraid.
There are many wolves in this part of the world.
Oh, probably deeper in the woods, but certainly none around the city.
It's hard to know what's possible here and what's just us generally losing it.
Quite right.
Well, this library isn't going anywhere. So
somebody has just shared a message with me saying it sounds like you're all sharing an aneurysm.
Yeah,
it certainly feels that way a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe we should go back to the.
Let's go to the guest house.
Yes.
The earlier we start for Fernster tomorrow, the better, especially if it's going to take us a day to get there.
Indeed.
Friday. Friday's aneurysm. It's Taco Tuesdays and aneurysm Fridays. Yeah. Like, this library isn't going anywhere. Most of the stuff we found in it has to do with soul transference and the Seal of Solomon, which is great. By the way, Maude, keep that document, please. They didn't even know they had it. Thank you. So I think we should just also I thought we were done now.
Yeah, we are stopping now.
All right. So I think we should turn in, like, we've got most of the information. We can search the library on the way back, on the way out of town as well. But it seems like there's no information here currently about Farnstra or the Beast.
Indeed.
So I guess it is time for us to turn in for the night, go over our notes, and get ready for our trip to Farnstra tomorrow.
Indeed.
Right, how are we saying this? Because there seems to be no general consensus and it's beginning to annoy me.
Farnstra.
Fernster.
Yeah, that's mostly it.
I didn't think there's
That's
another R.
mostly it.
Is there another R? Ferns. Ferns.
Fenstra.
I don't think
Hang
there's a
on.
second
Hang
R.
on.
Oh,
Hang
sorry. Fensta.
There you go.
Hang on.
Say it like you're having an aneurysm. Fenstra is yellow. Also, St. Jerome improves local reputation in Dalmatia, just in case we were ever there.
In Dalmatians?
Yeah. No, in the place of that's called Dalmatia, where Dalmatians come from.
I was going to say, I didn't know that Dalmatians needed an improved reputation. I think they've got quite a good one.
Not bad, really, you would have thought, wouldn't you? Yeah. Okay, right. So you're returning the
Spotless, says Sebastian.
Yeah,
So as you walk out to the Bishop Martin.
Oh, Taika, good for third coast. No.
The bishop turns to you and says, "I hope you found everything that you wanted."
That's one of the most Belarusian things you've ever said.
Yes, yeah, we're gonna, yes.
Thank you so much, my brother in Christ. We may be back when we return from we may be back if we needed to find some more information in the library, if that's all right. We should be back.
Would be happy to do us a blessing, would you, Bishop?
A blessing for what?
Well, to sort of make sure we come back. That kind of thing.
We go into danger, sir. This is why.
Yes, of course. And he gives you a blessing.
Anna, kneel. You're supposed to kneel when you do it.
Fuck, no, I'm not kneeling. What is
kneel
going to
a little
bless me?
bit.
No, Anna backs away. Wait, what's
Just
happening?
one knee is fine. That's like a half kneel. That's
no.
okay.
No.
Anyway, he gives you a little blessing.
Yeah.
Okay. And you retreat to the place across the road.
And it gets cursed instead.
And you go to bed.
Nice.
And XP. Did you participate in the session? Yes. You got the annals as well. Did you confront any Vaesen? No. Did you identify an unknown Vaesen? No. Were any of you affected by your dark secret? If you believe you were, please send me a message. Did you take risks to protect other people? No. Have you learned anything?
I think the document about the specifics of the Seal of Solomon is very...
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yep. Did you develop anything in your headquarters? No. Did you perform an extraordinary action? No. So 3 XP for people. If you feel your dark secret was affected, as I said, let me know.
So 3.
3.
Bugger.
I know, right? It's been not very much these past couple of sessions.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
You should get some more
Comes and
combat.
goes.
That's where we
Comes and
get. That's
goes.
where we get XP.
Comes and goes. Okay. So, for everybody online, thank you very much for joining us. We are hoping to be online at this time next week. However, for full clarity, myself and another member of the team are going to be away. And so it's going to very much depend on if we can get our good enough internet
together.
And shiz together, yeah, because
Won't
I
we
won't have my main computer, etc.
Hold up.
So
Wait a minute. Won't we have a show the same day?
Yes.
Okay. No panicking. That's fine.
But that's what I'm saying. Well, we can make that
We'll
decision.
see.
We
We'll
can
see.
always make it an alternative day, but
Fine.
we can just make it another short session. So watch this space. I will obviously those people who are watching on YouTube, I will try and schedule it on YouTube once we have a decision. But yes, hopefully we will have a similar time next week, subject to availability. But otherwise, thank you all very much for watching. We hope you are as confused as the players and have enjoyed yourselves. And